Welcome to Sundays and Seasons on-demand training. You have chosen the module entitled SundaysandSeasons.com My Account Settings, part of the Frequently Asked Questions series. Please note the three key areas under My Account. Number one, account settings and information. This is where you find and set up the global attributes of the site that affect all the users, such as your subscription information, hymns and songs licenses, contract, and billing information. It's important to keep up on all this to maintain uninterrupted service. When we go live onto the site, I'll demonstrate two of the more active features of the account settings and information page, the value of adding site locations and the weekly schedule. Next, we'll go under the Personal Settings tab. That's where you set up your personal profile and preferences. In this area, I want to demonstrate the portion to download selections and how it affects the planner. 3. Finally, we'll be looking into the User Profiles area. Adding and deleting users is a simple process in SundaysandSeasons.com, but it's important to note that all users on your account have the same access and abilities, so choose your users wisely. I've taken you live onto the home page of my account of SundaysandSeasons.com. I'm going to actually go into the My Account settings at this time. Here I want to highlight a couple of things that could make your experiences with Sundays and Seasons even more useful. First of all, under Account Settings and Information, did you add your locations? Where do you conduct worship? Now that question might seem odd, but if you are serving satellite congregations or are in a multi-parish ministry setting, you know how important it is to keep your worship plans organized, as different locations may require completely different patterns for worship. So too, it's important to set up your weekly schedule, stating, for instance, under Account Settings and Information, that you have a special worship planned every Wednesday at 10 a.m. at the local hospital. This kind of information can go a long ways toward organizing your content. Let me show you how this plays out in the planner. I'm going back to the home page of SundaysandSeasons.com, and I'm going to hit the Planet button for the second Sunday of Easter. Instead of the day view, I'm going to go to the month view and select Wednesday, the 6th of April. Now on this day, I'm going to plan a service using the day text from the second Sunday of Easter. I'm going to pick 10 a.m. Wednesday. For my location, I'm going to choose the Lutheran General Hospital Chapel. And for my template, I'm going to choose a special institutional order of communion that I have planned, David's Hospital Chapel template. Plan it. Now you can see that the texts for Second Easter are being applied to a service at 10 a.m. Wednesday at Lutheran General Hospital Chapel. Now let's go to the bottom of the home page where you can see how this looks in the user content area. Here's my Lutheran General Hospital Wednesday Chapel template. Hopefully you can see how setting these kind of things up in your My Account setting can be helpful to organizing your content. I now want to move into the Personal Settings area. This is where you set up your profile, your personal profile in SundaysandSeasons.com. Your name, email address. Here's where you can change your password, add security questions. Here too, probably most important to this place, is where you set your preferences. How do you want to look at the planner? Do you always want to look at the month view, or do you want to look at the week view or day view? The portion to download is particularly important. Those of you who are already familiar with the planning process in the Sundays and Seasons planner know that for each service element, you are given a number of selections to make. Making those selections element by element by element every time you work on a worship plan can become tedious. But here, in your My Account settings, you can make global selections. For example, if you have the appropriate hymnal in the pews and you use that regularly, then you never need to download the harmony, the words, the melody, and the full liturgical text for a particular hymn or service music. Perhaps all you want is the title and the page number. So too, under Preferences, you can select here that you want the Sundays and Seasons intercessory prayers for the day to auto-replace the standard prayers in whatever hymnal collection you happen to be using. you can choose your preferred lectionary Bible, whether it be the NRSV or the more inclusive readings for the assembly. And here too, under your personal settings, you can decide what text file format works best, whether it's a doc or a docx format for those who are using Macintosh devices. Don't forget to save your changes before you leave your personal profile area. And don't worry, the selections that you make under personal settings will not affect the content download settings that other users on your account may prefer. Speaking of other users, let's go to the User Profiles tab. Please allow me to reiterate something I said earlier. All users of Sundays and Seasons on your account have the same access and abilities. That also means you need to be very careful how you handle one another's content. Making file folders to hold your special content and agreeing on file naming and file routing conventions would be a helpful thing for your local worship team to sort through. I don't say this to dissuade you from adding users. In fact, if there is content in sundaysandseasons.com that you are not using, the children's ministry content, the decorating and events content, for instance, in day resources, you should be asking the question, which of our church's ministry teams would benefit from access to sundaysandseasons.com? It's an easy process to add and remove users. More difficult, perhaps, is the decision about what ministries would benefit by having a sundaysandseasons.com user and then training that person. We like to think that our live webinars and these on-demand training modules will help with the latter. And once you've made your decision on the former, simply click on the green Add User button. Fill in the form that appears, giving them a generic password to begin with. And then an invitation email will be sent to them. They can always change their password later. Edit a user's information using the pencil tool to the right of the user's name. And if you need to delete a user, you can always use the trash can icon. You'll get a warning message before that action is completed. Speaking of complete, that completes our tour through My Account. Thank you for attending the Sundays and Seasons on-demand training entitled My Account Settings from the Frequently Asked Questions series. Check out our other on-demand training modules to learn more about the rich and reliable online worship planning platform that is sundaysandseasons.com. Please know that it is our goal to help you get the most out of your subscription to sundaysandseasons.com.